Algebra 1 EOC practice test, question 1. All right, as you can see, this is the non-calculator portion of the practice test. So we're going to do these without using a calculator. All right, so it says, let C represent any non-zero rational number. All right, so C is a rational number. Select all values that when added to C will produce an irrational number. All right, so let's review just a minute. So what is an irrational number? An irrational number is something that is non-terminating and non-repeating. All right, so it means it cannot be written as a fraction. If it can be written as a fraction, it's a rational number. So it's non-terminating and non-repeating decimals, okay? Also, square roots that are not perfect squares, numbers like pi, those are also irrational numbers. And here's some examples here at the bottom. Square root of 3, square root of 5, pi are all examples of irrational numbers. Now, if you have a perfect square, like the square root of 16, square root of 16 equals 4. 4 is a rational number. So make sure you know that the irrational numbers are the ones that do not have perfect squares under the square root. All right, so if we have a rational number, let C represent any non-zero rational number. If we add a rational number to a rational number, we're going to get another rational number. All right, so we're looking to see which ones are irrational. All right, pi squared. Pi is irrational. I multiply it by itself. It's still irrational. And then I add it to a rational number. It's just going to be whatever C is bigger than this squared. So it's still going to be irrational. I don't know if that makes sense or not. But because this is irrational, just because you add it to a rational number does not make that number become rational. All right, and these are easier to check if you can use your calculator, but like I said, this is the non-calculator part, so you have to have good number sense. You have to know the definitions of these terms, and you have to know what it's asking. All right, so square root of 36, so this one equals 6, okay? So we have C, which is a rational number, so we have a rational number plus 6, which is another rational number, which equals a rational number, so that we're looking for irrational numbers. All right, this is a terminating decimal, so it stops. So if it's a fraction or a terminating decimal, terminating means it ends, then it's rational. So a rational plus a rational, still a rational. All right, square root of 95. Is there a number times itself, like 36 is 6 squared? Is there a number times itself that gives you 95? There is not. So the square root of 95 is irrational. An irrational number plus a rational number is still irrational. So for number 1, select all values that are irrational would be answers B and E.